The Galaxy Z Fold 6 Special Edition is mere weeks away, or at least it should be mere week or two away from actually being announced and released into the wild. Wild Robot, saw that movie yesterday. Pretty good, not as good as the reviewers say though. But I wanted to talk about the cameras because there's been a leaked photo of the back of the cameras for the Z Fold 6 Special Edition. I don't want to show it to you, but I can easily describe it to you. So basically, this is the Z Fold 6 camera, and this has a rounded, circular design to it on the back of the cameras. And the Z Fold 6 Special Edition looks kind of similar, except instead of it being circular, it's rectangular. So it's a rectangular cutout for the camera, a la S20 Ultra, but not as big, same size as this would be, but just squared. And I don't know if I like it. It looks like it has the same camera rings that we get on the Z Fold 6, but you get a different design of the housing for the camera, and I don't know if I actually like it or not. It's like, it's okay. Would it stop me from buying the phone? No, especially if it was released here in the good old US of A, but I don't like it. I think I like this one better, and I was reading through some of the comments, and a lot of people feel the same way as I do. But again, it would not stop me from buying it, but it's kind of interesting that they are going with the squared off look like they always do with these phones, and then they're doing the squared camera. Is it too much square? Is it too square? I don't know. I don't love it, but it wouldn't stop me. But it is interesting. It's definitely, obviously not going to be the best looking phone, comparatively speaking, probably to the Z Fold 6. Maybe the Z Fold 6 takes the edge on that. But again, I don't think it's going to stop people from buying it if they really want it. Next week is official with the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Special Edition. Basically the slightly better version of what we have with the Galaxy Z Fold 6. How do we know this? Because a video has gone out from Samsung showing that October 21st will be the day that this phone is announced / released. And we also know, or at least we think we know, some of the things about the phone, such as the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 16 gigs of RAM, 8-inch main display, 6.5-inch outer display, no ultra thin glass. It'll have a new material that makes it stronger and able to use an S Pen on it as well. The 200 megapixel camera on the back. It's supposed to be potentially thinner and lighter, and S Pen support, like I mentioned, China and Korea only. And again, announcement / release date on October 21st. And that leaves us with just 4 more days from today that I'm releasing this. So that, what is that? Friday's the 18th. So it sounds like it's Monday here in America that we'll actually hear and see this phone in all its glory. But it remains to be seen if it's a worthy upgrade from the Z Fold 6, because the Z Fold 6 and this phone, I mean, there's some differences, but is it enough to make people that have the phone want to upgrade to that phone? And then people in those countries, is it enough of an upgrade or a change from the other phones that are already on the market from Xiaomi and Huawei and these other companies to get this? I don't know. I'd have to guess this probably is not going to be a big seller, even if it was released worldwide, which it's not. But even if it was, would it be that big of an impact on sales and people wanting to upgrade from the phone they have or buy into it new? I don't know. I mean, sure, it is the phone that I would personally want on a day-to-day basis over what I have now with the Z Fold 6, because of the upgraded camera, because of the bigger displays. Those are really the 2 main things I would love to see different on the Fold 6, and this has those things. Obviously, having 16 gigs of RAM is not a bad thing as well. If it even has that, it might only be 12, but still, it's just, it's kind of an interesting thing. It still remains to be seen what the cost is going to be on this. Is it going to be over $2,000? Is it going to be $2,500? Like, what is it going to be? And also, to add on to the fact, I would guess that this is probably going to be a similar phone to what we'll see next year with the Galaxy Z Fold 7. So it's like, you might buy this now, and then the Z Fold 7 might be eerily similar for a less price and more readily available all across the world. Now, we might also get another rehash of the Z Fold 6 physically on the Z Fold 7. So, oh, hell, maybe none of it will change, but I would like to think that this Ultra version is what we'll see on the Z Fold 7 worldwide, at least in display size, maybe not so much camera, but at least the display sizes, I would guess, especially when everyone else and their mother is going to these 8-inch displays such as Pixel and other companies as well. You got OnePlus there too. So I'll wait to see when it comes out on the 21st. Obviously more stuff is going to come out over the next couple days, for sure, you'd bet. And I'll cover that here on the channel. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I wanted to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 Special Edition because it's going to be announced in just 3 days from time I'm making this video, and I wanted to go through the specs and features that what we kind of know and what to expect with this phone. So let's just dive right in to it. So October 21st, like I mentioned, should be the announcement, the official announcement for this. They've already put out a video, so we know that's the official announcement, as if that's going to be the pre-order date most likely. And also, will it be the release date? Probably not, but it'll at least be the announcement and most likely the pre-order date as well for the phone. Where means it's going to only be released in Korea and China. We've known this for a while now, and that's no surprise, especially with this. We've had no inkling that it's going to be released anywhere else. America, India, Europe, anywhere else. It's just, we don't have that. So what we've only heard is Korea and China. Color is crafted black and white, so it should look very similar to the black color that we have right here, which is really nice. Processor Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, so it's like a slightly souped up Snapdragon processor, the same one that's been in the Z Fold 6. Configurations, probably only 12 gigs of RAM, probably not 16 gigs of RAM. So most likely 12 gigs of RAM, and then you can get it in storage configurations of 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. And that's probably plenty for most people. So I wouldn't worry too much about that, because I think it's, 1 terabyte, I don't even know who's used it. I have 512 and I never even reached that, and I record a lot of videos and things on it. Displays, 8-inch main display, 120 hertz, which was what we've heard. So that's going to be a little bit bigger than what we get with the Z Fold 6, and it'll match what you get with a Pixel Fold. Also, you're looking at extra flexible glass on there. So with that extra flexible glass, it's going to be a little bit more durable, but then it's also going to bring some other things as well, which we'll talk about in a minute. 6.5-inch cover display, 120 hertz. So again, a bigger outside display. Again, very similar to the size that you get on a Pixel 9 Pro Fold. So I expect probably it'll look better in terms of bezels and things versus the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, but at the same time, in terms of dimensions and things like that, probably a little bit closer than what we get with the Z Fold 6. Cameras, you're looking at 200 megapixel main camera on there, which is a big jump from the, 50 megapixel we got on the Z Fold 6. This camera is almost identical to what you get on the S24 Ultra. I've heard it's a little bit different, but it's basically the same, and that could be a big get. If you're a folding fan and you want the best cameras that Samsung has to offer, this is probably gonna be the best and closest that you have with that. Punch hole selfie on the main display, meaning that with the Z Fold 6, you have an under display camera on the front. You're actually gonna be able to see the camera on top of the main display of the Z Fold's, the Z Special Edition. I'm fine with that, especially if the camera is better, which you would assume that it is. I'd rather have a better camera on the main display than have it underneath the display, just for looks. That's just me though. You also are getting with that a new rectangular camera housing design. So it's rectangular now instead of circular on the back there. The cameras still have the rings and stuff around them like the Z Fold 6 does, but beyond that, if you're not really paying attention, you might not even notice a difference, but the housing of it does look different. The dimensions, it's thinner in all aspects, have it be folded or unfolded, and not as thin as a Pixel 9 Pro Fold, but it's still the thinnest foldable phone Samsung has ever released. Extras, you're looking at a S Pen support built in, as well as most likely 25 watt charging. I haven't heard anything about 45 watt charging. So, and you got to expect that it's going to end up being just 25 watt. Beyond that, everything else is kind of a guess. I would expect it to have the same One UI setup. I don't think it's not going to launch with One UI 7 or anything like that. Most likely 6.1.1. I don't think it's going to come with an S Pen. It could, but I don't think it will. So there's some things on here that are most of the same as the Z Fold 6, but at the same time, it is a little bit different, and it's what we're seeing so far. And as more of this stuff updates throughout the time leading up, I will let you guys know if anything changes. Galaxy S25 Ultra colors have been leaked out, and they might get you excited. They might get you a little bit they might get you they might get you ooh. But we're going to talk about them because Ice Universe put out a tweet saying the S25 Ultra will debut in 4 color options: black, green, blue, titanium, and he doesn't know what the online color scheme is yet, meaning the exclusive online colors that'll be available at Samsung.com only. When I look at this, what colors do I personally want? I either go black, titanium. The green and blue are wild cards to me, because if it's like a powdery blue, I don't want that. If it's like a darker color, like an ocean blue, or pretty much any other color besides powder blue, I am so for it. Green, same thing. If it's, I mean, I doubt it's going to be like a neon green, but if it was, I might not want it, but I also might, but I don't think they'd go that route. It's probably going to be a light colored green, or when I say light colored green, I almost mean like a, I don't even know what color that is, like a pastel green, something like that. Or a green that is like, I don't know. I think the green and blue are total wild cards. I could want all 4 of those colors, but if I was playing it safe without seeing any of the colors, I'd either go black, that's always a sure bet, or titanium, just because that's gonna be kind of cool. Maybe there'll be some kind of reflectiveness in it. Just like I think it was the Note 20s, Note 10s, or something had the reflective aura colors. Those were awesome looking. I'd love for them to do something like that again. But those are the colors, and what could the online colors be? You've got to imagine if we've got black, green, blue, and titanium, the online colors have to be probably another one of those types of colors, but a different shade of it, meaning like maybe we'll get another color of black or something. And then I also think we'll get either some kind of red or purple or pink color, and then maybe a white. Those would probably be the online colors, is my guess. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold Special Edition, also known as the Galaxy Z Fold SE, is due to have, as you know, a 200 megapixel camera. We've heard it's gonna be slightly different than the S24 Ultra 200 megapixel camera, and it's actually gonna end up supposedly being the very best camera you can get on a Samsung Galaxy device. The latest information from Ice Universe is saying that the Galaxy Fold SE 200 megapixel camera has better picture quality than the S24 Ultra, and it will be released tomorrow. So we should end up hearing some stuff either probably later tomorrow or early morning. If it comes out later tonight here in America, what I'll end up doing is I'll do a video and release that probably in the morning and let you guys know what's going on with it. But this is seriously amazing news. To go from the cameras on the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and back, and having those cameras always be like a step or two down from what you get with the regular S line, and now this phone comes out, or is coming out, and this is gonna have better cameras than the Galaxy S24 Ultras. This is seriously amazing. It's something that honestly probably should have happened years ago. I know I've been wanting it to happen years ago. And this is seriously one of those pieces of news that it's like, dude, why don't we get this? We've been supporting this line of phones for freaking years, and they can't give us a little bone to chew on saying like, here, I'm not gonna give you everything. I'm not gonna give you all the fast charging you want and the bigger displays and built-in S Pen, but here, I'll throw you a bone and I'll give you the best cameras. Like, give us something, dude. We've spent $2,000 a year on this freaking phone. I still love it. It's still my favorite phone. And you can't even get the freaking best camera here in America or the rest of the world. You can only get it in Korea and China. Some BS, especially when you know this phone's not gonna sell for crap because no one's gonna freaking buy it, most likely. So it's like, come on. But I think my hopes derive out of this and can grow into this, into it hopefully becoming into the Galaxy Z Fold 7 with the bigger displays, with the best cameras, with hopefully faster charging, and we're not gonna get S Pen's built in, which I don't care anyway, but whatever. If you give me those three things, I will be totally satisfied and happy, and I will be on my perch saying, dude, this thing's the best, for sure. No jokes, there's no holdbacks on it. But let me know your thoughts on this. Thanks for watching, have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.